Pisces, hi. Oh, I got off to a bit of a false start. I was trying to do your intro and Betsy just wouldn't leave me alone, and I had cat hair all over my face. And anyway, so I'll just start again. Pisces, welcome. This is your reading for May 2022, okay? And relax. It's a general reading. Whatever comes up in the energies is what comes up. I'm not particularly focused on a particular subject like love, relationships, spirituality, personal development. So it's kind of for you to take the energies that I'm talking about and apply them to your life as you see fit. I might be talking about the energy of a person, but for you it could be the energy of a job, that sort of thing. If I do see any strong themes coming through, I will let you know. The oracle card I pull at the end is from this deck, and there are messages. I read out the book because it just says it better than I ever can, actually, to be honest. I don't find this deck... Well, no, there is a lot of room for intuitive interpretation in this deck, but at the end of a read, for finishing things off, it's just nice to go to the book. The messages are really nice and they tend to tie in with the reading. Anyway, my point is, it does split the messages up into, if I can find a good example, into relationship messages and prosperity messages as well. So if you do want, for example, you can see it gives you a relationship message, a prosperity message. If you're looking for guidance in any of those particular areas, therefore it's worth waiting for that card. Although I will say, if it comes out in reverse, then you go straight to the protection message anyway. So there is that. Anyway, we're going to start off with an oracle card from this deck. Then we're going to move to tarot, and then, like I say, finish on that oracle card, which is always a nice way of finishing. Okay, let's get you some... Right. Oh, no, we do not need this many cards for Pisces, thank you. I'm going to take the upright ones. Oh, there's 4 of them. I'll take them all, it's fine. This came out first. Morning. The world awaits you. How funny, Pisces, that you've got fish right outside your window, you watery Pisces people, you. Number 40. Feels quite stable. Reduces to 4. That's a number of stability. The world awaits you. Feels really hopeful. Feels like potential. There's a lot of potential in this card. It's like the Ace of Pentacles, but more watery. Wings. You never needed those to fly. Number 8. Quite a solitary, independent energy here, Pisces, in this card. Feels like previously you were being held back, but something shifted such that you're not being held back anymore. Feels like something's shifted in your own mind, in your own head, something about your own mentality here for me. Yeah, you might have been going through quite a hard time recently, some of you Pisces, because you've got the Phoenix card. How's that for a happy ever after? So it feels like coming out of the end of a difficult time. But it feels like kind of the aftermath of a bit of a tower moment. You know, I always tend to relate things back to tarot, and the tower energy can be quite intense, quite sudden, quite destructive, but kind of can finish as quick as it starts. And then once you're out the other side of it, it's like the path has been cleared for progress to be made. And let me just hold this up to you. I do like for you to see the oracle cards for as long as possible. I did go through them quite quickly because you managed to get 4, which normally I get 2 or 3. In this card you can see she's cutting her hair off. I had a dream about a haircut last night. It was very strange. I'm trying to interpret it. I have my ideas. Anyway, what I'm seeing here is this feels like quite a sudden decision. It might be quite a sudden decision to walk away from something. Some of you might have made a sudden decision to walk away from something, because I'm getting very solitary energy off of this Wings card. You've got 7, 8, 9. That's interesting, isn't it? 7, 8, 9. Might be a number that you're seeing about. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm getting a sense of something being irreversible here with this snap decision that many of you have made, which does feel like I say, walking away from something. It also feels like shedding an identity or being less attached to an identity. So if society has put you in a box in some sense, it feels like you're sort of breaking away from that identity or that box, or breaking away from an identity in some sort of a way that I don't think I'm getting across to you very well. I don't know, maybe at school you were like, because you know at school you kind of end up all the kids are divided into factions, aren't they? There's like the music types and there's the sporty types, and you might be like, I get a feeling that you're just sort of saying fuck that shit, like, you know, I was never the music type at school, but you know what, I'm going to learn to play guitar, that sort of thing. That's the impression I'm getting, like, yeah, being less attached to a certain idea of identity than you have been in the past. I don't know how to make this stand up because I don't normally have 4 cards. Oh, there we go. Yeah, hopefully you got a good look at all those cards, just because also I do think there's an opportunity for the universe to speak to you directly as well through these cards. So like some of the illustrations on this card might like be important to you, might speak to you directly, might be a little synchronicity, a little wink from the universe. Right, Pisces, let's go to the Light Seers deck. And I don't think I said that, because I am pulling on collective Pisces energy here. It's not an individual reading, obviously. Not every single message is necessarily going to resonate with you. I do believe if you found this video, you found it for a reason, and there will be something in this reading for you. But yeah, it would be pretty tough really for every single message to resonate with you when it's collective energy that I'm pulling on. So just take what bits resonate and leave the rest, okay? Don't try and force anything to fit. And if it's not fitting, maybe check out one of your other placements. You can do your birth chart just by Googling it and find out all your placements. But I would usually say look at your moon and your rising, maybe your Venus as well. I tend to look at a lot of readings from my rising sign personally, which is Sagittarius. Right, let's get Pisces some cards. Some tarot, please. Okay, month of May for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for the month of May, please? Thank you. What does Pisces need to know for the month of May, please? Thank you. Interesting pattern that's been made there. Let's start with these. First card out, the Chariot in reverse. I'll show you the Chariot's upright, but it did come out in reverse. Number 7. That's interesting, isn't it? There is a feeling of stuckness with the Chariot in reverse. This feels like past energy though. And it feels like potentially you've made quite an impulsive decision to get yourself out of this stuckness. As they're both 7s, the Chariot and the Sword card. And hello, Betty. If you could sit on my knee, darling, I think that would just be a bit easier because I don't want you messing up all my cards, sweets. There we go. Oh, and you just stay here. Sorry, Pisces. It's not as bad as the first attempt at the video. Before I've even pulled any cards, it was just stress all round. Yeah, there's a feeling of frustration here whereby some sort of rash almost feels like you're on the verge of making or there's potential for you to make a split rash decision. Like something that would fit this energy would be like just quitting a job just like that without thinking about another job to go to, or like how you're going to pay the rent or something like that. I don't know, there's that sort of vibe about it because there's just a real sense of frustration and stuckness, and I don't know, it's a type of energy where rash decisions get made is what I'm getting. It could be that you've already made a rash decision. Yeah, something quick and irreversible, it feels like. You know, cutting your hair, for example, as you can see in this card. Pretty reversible. Let's see what else we've got for you anyway. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, there is a sense of loss, a sense of putting yourself out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. There's a sense of cutting yourself off from something here. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Your decision is your decision. What you do is what you do, Pisces. Because the whole thing with the Five of Pentacles anyway is that you do have the key. Like, you aren't out in the cold. You do have the key. Kind of to your own future, to your own happiness. It just maybe sometimes you're not seeing it. Yeah, but it does feel you might have cut someone out, cut someone off. Yeah. You've got another card of an ending. Excuse me, I've just got to get rid of all the cat hair. My cats are just shedding like crazy. So what also came out is the Ten of Swords. And we've got the Nine of Swords, Justice, and Four of Swords. Yeah, so Ten of Swords is also a card of an ending. So it backs up what I said really about cutting someone off, quitting something. There's a great sense of hope in this card. I'm not going to deny that there might be some pain attached to this ending, because the Ten of Swords can be a painful ending. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got Justice card out as well. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that there might be some pain here, but so much hope in this card, and it resets right back round to the Ace of Swords. Clarity, a new beginning. Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. It did come out sideways. It feels like it's on the horizon, but at the same time it feels like it could be a bit sudden. Take that as it resonates. I don't know. Nine of Swords in reverse. So definitely moving out of that energy and into the Ten of Swords energy. So nines are an ending, and then tens are like the ending. Do you know what I mean? Nine's like the pre-ending, and then tens are the ending. God, I hope that makes sense. Especially with it being reverse. For me, it's you coming out of that energy. It seems like there's been a lot of anxiety and pain attached to this situation that it looks like you are walking away from. After some reflection, it's like you've not had to do that much reflection. But it seems to me that the reason for that is that you're quite in tune with your higher self, your soul, good sense of intuition. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, not because you weren't being treated fairly. It's a sense that you weren't being treated fairly, and you recognised it. So I don't see you agonising and agonising over it. Which, if the Nine of Swords was upright, you'd get more of that energy, but it feels like there has been a bit of a period of rest, a bit of a period of kind of that solitary energy. But you've come out of that for the end, and the ending. Ending has come about. Feels positive to me, even though it feels a bit difficult. It just feels like there's bright things ahead of you. I wonder how we could turn this Chariot the right way up. Shall we ask how we could turn this Chariot the right way up? Okay, Thelema it is. Because there is a bit of a sense of stuckness. A bit of a sense of demotivation. yeah, there's, because it feels unfair. It feels like you're in a bit of an unfair situation. Like, potentially you're working quite hard here and you're not seeing the results of it, in that someone else seems to be benefiting. It's almost like someone's passing your efforts off as their own. It's almost like someone's taking the credit. Tell me more about this reverse chariot for Pisces, please. How can Pisces turn this chariot the right way up? How can Pisces turn this chariot the right way up, please? How can Pisces turn this chariot the right way up, please? No. How can Pisces turn this chariot the right way up, please? King of Swords. Wow. That's someone else's energy. Page of Swords. Holy moly. One more card, please, for how can Pisces turn this chariot the right way up? How can Pisces turn this energy the right... Thank you. It appears, Pisces, that your answer lies in Swords. Every single card that has come out to clarify this is Swords. You've got the King of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Swords. That King of Swords is someone else's energy, I tell you. It's someone who is... It feels like a boss at work who is just being real unfair and quite like an army, like someone high up in the army. I don't know what all the words are. Like someone who just, when they say jump, expects you to say how high. Yeah. It feels like the answer to turning his chariot the right way up is to move away from this energy of ruthlessness and dictatorship that is in somebody else. I mean, it is going to be different for all of you, but an example that would fit the energy would be like a real kind of boss at work who's really arrogant, or no, I don't know, that's not the right word. Just treats you like you're a piece of shit, basically, like you're a minion, like they're so above you and you're so below them. Yeah. Some sort of authority figure that really is like my way or the highway. Right. I think that's what I've got for you, tarot wise. It is heavily dominated by swords, your reading, I have to say that. Even the Justice card has got a sword, and we've got sword there with the Oracle. So it kind of feels like your May is dominated by making quite logical, rational decisions, and I think you're just being asked to be mindful of the way you communicate as well. Take that as it resonates, as it applies to you. I could dig and dig and dig, but we would be here forever. Yeah. Alright, Pisces, let's finish on an oracle card for you. What does Pisces need to know? Final message for Pisces for May, please. Final message for Pisces for May. Thank you. Round and round. Come out in reverse, so I will read the protection message. 25. Oh, my back really hurts. Why does my back hurt? Oh. Don't know. 25. Let me hold it up to you. Lots of stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 stars. 5 silver stars and a golden star. Round and round. Essential meanings. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The protection message. Are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeating lessons you don't need to relearn? You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeat performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in. Do you know what? Can we just scratch that sentence? Because I don't do telling people how to feel. So I'm not going to sit there and tell you how to be happy. Sorry. Just pretend I never said that. I was reading it out of the book, but no. It's against my rules. I don't have many rules. In fact, that's probably like my only one. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom. I mean, I get the sentiment with them saying that, but just know. You possess the key to your freedom. You do possess the key to your freedom. You do. Just might not be recognising it. Be good to yourself. It's not about blame, but accountability. You can have the abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. I will say, though, I think there is somebody as well in your life who isn't taking accountability either. So, just with this King of Swords in reverse, I mean, yeah, maybe that's your energy. Maybe everything I said about that's your energy, but you will know. It's for you to determine, but... for those of you who want the relationship and prosperity message, I'm going to read that as well. Are you wondering, this is the relationship message, are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you do get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. This is all about curiosity. Prosperity message. If you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it is because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them when you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past? It's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and cease going round and round. Okay, Pisces, I hope that made sense for you. I hope there was something in there that helped you, and I hope you felt heard in the world more than anything. And I'll catch you next time. Thank you.